Okay, good morning. Welcome to the vlog. This is Gina, and this is the library mouse. I thought that I would, I don't know, do a few days in the life. Sometimes about books, sometimes not. It's cold this morning, but it's supposed to be 55 today, so that's good. Right now, if some of you don't know, I'm a retired teacher. I retired early after 32 years of teaching, so now my time is my own. I do work part-time, oops, I did that already, scoring tests, scoring teacher exams and the New York State test that the kids take. But part of my retirement, feeling like I need to give back, was to volunteer at a cat rescue. We have been with this cat rescue for probably, I don't know, 15 years. We did we've fostered, we've adopted, and then when we had too many foster fails, I now go on Mondays and I clean, I feed them, I just do the Monday morning stuff. So I'll take you with me. I hope to visit some little free libraries this week and finish my reading. I'm still reading Demon Copperhead. It's a long book, but I think I'm 60% through. I might not make my goal of 5 books this month, but we'll see. All right, off to the rescue. Come along. Pretty boy. I'm back and I'm a big mess. Working out the cat rescue this morning. One of the cats is a starvation case. I think it just got lost or someone dumped it and somebody found it walking down the road. And this cat, it's so sad to see this cat. You pick her up and it's like you're not holding anything, like every bone you can feel. But the good part is she is eating and drinking. So we have our fingers crossed that what they're doing, will help her survive. But she's so affectionate. She will make a great cat once she's well. So now I'm eating breakfast. I have been fasting, doing intermittent fasting. So this is the break of my fast. And then I think I might read for a little bit and then go do a walk and a workout. So that's my day so far. Okay, well, I am here at the county park. I walk where there are a lot of people. I don't walk in isolated areas. So my goal is 2 miles and I'm listening to a podcast. I don't like listening to like Audible. I don't like listening to books read to me. I don't know why. I just don't. So I'm not one that will just put a book on and listen to it. But I will listen to a podcast. So we're going to listen to a podcast and I'm going to try to get my 2 miles in. I'm back. I think it's like the next day or another day. I did my work at home job this morning, and I'm gonna sit down and read. I'm still like juggling a million books. Still reading this. I'm plodding along through this, and it's a funny book because it's not anything that I would ever pick out on my own. If my son didn't want me to read it, I probably would have stopped reading it. But now I'm at a point where I don't know if I like it, but I want to keep reading it. I don't even know what that means. It's just enough intrigue and like questions that I have about what is going on that keeps me reading. So I'm going to read a little bit about this, or that book. And I don't know if any of you get Real Simple, but I'll tell you, their book recommendations every month are generally really, really good. Let me share with you their book recommendations for this. This is their recommendation list. I don't know if it's the same person who writes it every month. I should look and see. But anyway, it's Kristen Cusack-Lewis. The book list, top picks for book club and beyond. So this month, she is recommending Not Your Average Rom-Com. It's called The Husbands. It's a unique idea for a book. It's about a woman named Lauren who comes home after a big night out, and she finds this strange man in her apartment. And she looks at the photos on the wall, and supposedly it is her husband, but she doesn't remember him. And then he climbs into the attic to change a light bulb. And when he goes up, another man comes down out of the attic. So every time she sends someone up, she gets a new husband who comes down. So I guess if you're bored, that would be like the ultimate great thing, wouldn't it? So it's called The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. She recommends it's called The Stone Home by Crystal Hana Kim. And it takes place in the 1980s when this teenager and her mother are living in South Korea. And the police, they're living on the streets. The police pick them up and they are taken to one of the country's reformatory centers, which is supposed to be a place to help struggling members of society, but actually it is an abusive work camp, work prison. And it's told from the perspectives of Enju, her mother, and two teenage brothers who are imprisoned in the same camp. Then she has a mystery, and it is called The Fellowship of Puzzlemakers by Samuel Burr. So this sounds good, and I don't like mysteries. Clayton Stumper was a baby, and he was left on the steps of an English commune where a group of professional puzzle makers invented games and riddles, and he's in his 20s, and the person who raised him dies, but she leaves him clues to find out who he really is and where he came from. So that sounds really interesting. Fourth book that she recommends is A Great Country by Shilpi Somaya Gowda, and it is about Indian American family who immigrated to America like 20 years before, and they're doing very well. You know, they're living the life in California, happy family, successful business, new home. And then their 12-year-old son gets arrested. And they learn they might have more in common with other communities of color than what they originally thought they did. And last but not least on her book recommendation list was The Limits by Nell Freudenberger. It's a portrayal of everyday people facing the challenge of modern society during the peak of COVID. it sounds interesting. I like pandemic stories. I find them, maybe because I really love realistic fiction. I like reading about things that have happened or actually happened. I like having a connection with the characters who have gone through the same thing as me. So pandemic novels I enjoy. But anyway, I was just sitting here reading my magazine and thought that I would share the book recommendations, and I will put all the books that I'll talk about down below. So now I'm going to read. Mousers. Anyway, I'm going to get a workout in. I'm not very good at vlogging. I constantly forget to pick up my camera. I forget to, that I'm even vlogging. So this is a very sad attempt. This is me learning how to be a better vlogger. Last night I finished my book by Susanna Piranesi, and I definitely want to talk about that book as soon as I'm done with my workout, because I did not expect to like the book, and I really did. So I did get that done. So I've finished 4 books for the month of March. I still have, I think, this whole week. So I'm still working on Demon Copperhead. So anyway, I'm going to work out, and then I got my workout done. And as promised, my hair, oh my gosh, as promised, my thoughts on Susanna Clark's book, Piranesi. It is a Women's Prize for Fiction 2021 winner. I was given this book by my son to read and to try out. He knows I don't usually read fantasy, but he said, you know, I think you might like this book. And the first third of it, I have to admit, was confusing to me. I had no clue what was going on. I have to admit that I skimmed some of it because I didn't realize why it was important that I knew what all of this description was for. And then the second 2/3 of the book really got involved in the mystery of this character, Piranesi, and why he is in this labyrinth of a house. And it wasn't just the mystery that was intriguing, although I can't deny that that was a huge part of why I kept reading. But the character is so fleshed out in the latter half of the book that I really wanted to see what was going to happen to him and who he was and why he was thinking the way he was thinking. And because I don't usually read fantasy, I was constantly thinking to myself, well, okay, that's impossible. Okay, well, that's impossible, which obviously is the whole point of fantasy. But sometimes it's really hard for me to enjoy a book because I don't let myself think of the impossible to me that might be happening. And so by the end of this book, I was so satisfied with it and with the ending. And now I want to go back and read the first third of the book again. The dog is barking at the cat. There's so much foreshadowing that I totally missed because I was so confused by what was going on. And now that I know, and I'm like, oh, that's why that happened. So I definitely recommend this book. I really, really do. It's a short read. It's page turning. Pay attention in the first third of the book. I mean, really pay attention and read it carefully, because what you think is not important is important. And it's important to the character. And I loved the main character in this book. I loved him. So anyway, that's my little short review on Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Now I'm going to go to work. Alrighty, on that note, I think I'm going to end this vlog. Isn't this the cutest cup? Mug. Yeah, I guess I'm officially a cat lady. Not crazy yet, but anyway, it has been fun hanging out. I promise my vlogs will get better, but at least there's some book content in here. I will put the books that I mentioned in the vlog down below, and hope that, you know, it just helps you get to know me a little bit better. Thank you also for everybody who's doing my off the top of your head book tag. I have loved hearing everybody's answers to the tag, and in the community I've made like a section where I'm just trying to put to link everybody's videos that have done the tag, because I mean right now it's small, so because I don't really know that many booktubers yet. But if you have done off the top of your head booktube tag and I don't have you on my list, let me know. So yeah, so anyway, happy reading everybody, and I will see you soon.